How could lowering your saddle while in a climbing situation actually help your performance? Well, my name is Jason Bull and this is Tech Tuesday, and in this episode we will be answering that question as well as generally having a look at how to correctly use the dropper seat post, or the dropper, depending on how well you know him. Let's get into it. So we at Wild Air are big fans and proponents of the dropper seat post. You can use them to quickly and efficiently get your saddle down and out the way when you're tackling steep and or technical terrain. Now this is typically only thought of for descending, but the dropper seat post can actually be useful on flatter terrain and even climbs. Doug Bird even commented on how helpful it was having one on his scalpel when we tackled the Karoo Crossing gravel ride, just being able to adjust his seat height to give us back a bit of relief on the flatter terrain and a bit of the descents. Most dropper posts these days are operated by a small lever on the handlebars and have an infinite range of adjustment between fully extended and fully slammed. Learning how to use this full range can be very beneficial for your riding, because just moving it a small amount can often be quite helpful on terrain that isn't overly steep or overly technical. Dropping it just a few centimeters gives you the freedom of movement required to maneuver on the trail, but still allows the saddle to be right there if you want to use it to rest and or pedal. So when does slamming your seat post completely help? Cornering agility is where you'll see quite a lot of benefit from being able to slam the seat post completely. By getting the seat out the way, you're able to get lower on the bike and rarely lean it over. Now the more you hone this technique, the more you're going to see the benefit of being able to drop your seat post out the way. This is especially true for modern trail bikes, which have steeper seat tube angles which put the saddle right where your body needs to be when descending, unless you can drop it down out the way. Now when descending technical terrain, the primary objective of the dropper post is not so that you can cower away behind the rear axle. No, control in technical terrain comes from you being able to allow the bike to move up and down underneath your body while keeping your head and your hips stable above it. Now this is very difficult to do when your seat post is fully extended and will often result in you being kicked in the naught. The more vertical movement of the bike up and down underneath you is allowed, the larger the obstacles that you're trying to tackle can be. If the terrain you're riding isn't very demanding, just dropping the seat post down a few centimeters can help you be a bit more maneuverable on the bike and flow better while still having that saddle close at hand to pedal or rest. Now climbing can be quite a peculiar place to find benefit from lowering your saddle slightly, but the next time you're on a very steep or very technical climb, try it. Similar to the previous point, you might find that lowering your saddle just a few centimeters allows for better mobility of the bike and you can keep traction better and not get kicked by the seat. We have seen countless people with dropper posts on their bikes just neglecting to use them, and let me tell you, it hurts to watch. So next time you're out on your bike, think about when you're using your dropper posts and try and build good habits. Experiment with how much you're dropping it and when. It very quickly does become second nature. I even find now I'll reach for a dropper post lever on a bike that doesn't have one. I feel like a bit of an idiot, but hey, at least I'm building a good habit there. Hopefully this advice has been helpful and allows you to get the most out of your dropper post. And if you do not have a dropper post yet on your bicycle, what are you waiting for? They do not need to cost you an arm and a leg. They're very reasonable offerings from Line Components that we're big fans of. They're reasonably priced, as I've said, and they're reliable. So get out there, get yourself a dropper post, learn how to use it, and have a good time on your bike. We'll see you next time. Cheers.